Hey team, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is how I deal with having five different jobs all at once. Mostly I want to focus on tips for how to organize your time. I am a circus performer, independent producer. I work administration for an arts company. I direct, and what's my fifth one? Oh my god. And I do YouTube. Smart. Let's get stuck into it. I have 6 tips for you about how to do this in a way that makes sense and not so stressful. Well, let's get going. Number 1. Right off the bat, as soon as you start having the conversation about taking on another role, make sure that it's something you can actually commit to. Is this something that will fit in with your schedule already? Be realistic about the time that you have left, the time that you have spare, and how much you can commit to something. People will be less angry with you if you say, hey, I can only really do one day and that's it, that's all I've got. And if you say, no, I can totally do this, but then you run out of time and you don't deliver. Make sure you have the conversation with your boss about flexibility. Can you do this? Can you do it your way? Because sometimes you may not always be able to be in the office. I also am a circus performer, so I need to go on tour on occasion. Some days I might be on the road and I might be less available and it will be more on the phone and online. Also have the conversation about how strict you need to be with time. There is no, sure, I'll stay back late tonight. There is no, oh, I can totally stretch this thing to do that. For me, late nights and working late, not a thing. I was super clear about that with my job, so we make it work. Number 2. Schedule, schedule, schedule. I cannot emphasize enough how important compartmentalizing your time is. I have a couple of handy dandy things that help me do this. I have a planner. I have separate notebooks, so each notebook is for one job. I don't put multiple jobs in the same book. And I have online documents to be able to track my hours to make sure that I am delivering the product that I promised. You'll want to dedicate blocks of time to one job or the other. Make sure that they are entire blocks. I'm going to work on this job for this amount of time, and then I'll work on this other job for another block of time. But there is no muddy area where you're doing 2 things at once. Focus on one with all of your attention, then stop if you need to stop. Focus on the other for another chunk of attention. Definitely no half-thought drifting brain somewhere else. For example, this morning I was working on my producing job and I got to a point of stagnation. Not because I couldn't think of anything else, but because I literally couldn't do any more forward planning or any more work until people had responded to emails. So rather than sit there and go, I guess I'll just refresh my email button until this comes through, I decided to dedicate a block of time to filming. And then, when I go back, hopefully those emails are in and I can keep pushing through with that work. But I'm very clear that now I'm focused on filming, and when I am done with this, I will start focusing on that work again. 100% of my brain to that. This is really important for clear, focused, dedicated time to a job. This is what makes you deliver a really good product. 3. Include home time in your compartmentalizing. Home time and friends time and social time is really important as a person. So make sure that you give that enough care and attention the same way you would a job. You do not take your work home with you, with the exception of YouTube, which I edit at home. Home time is sacred, important time. It's time for you to switch off. One of my jobs at the moment is kind of in partnership with Alex's company. I work for a separate one, but it's in a partnership program that my husband works for. So we made a rule, we had the conversation, and we made a rule right at the start that there is 0 work talk at home. None, nothing. No checking in oh, hey, did you get that email, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's just while I was thinking of it. No. We decided that if we needed to have a work conversation, we needed to leave the house to have it. We needed to go somewhere external, get a coffee, turn on our work mind, and then have it there. But definitely home, in terms of a space, is a time for each other. Or for yourself, not for work. And so incredibly important. Never, ever, not even once, I have learnt from the mistake of doing it often. Don't put your work email on your phone. You'll start out being like, oh, I just needed to check on this one thing just for ease of mind. And then you'll start checking your emails at home, and that'll be a gateway to doing all of your work at home. Don't do it. Trust me. Number 4. Schedule your work time efficiently. One of the most important things that you can do when you're working multiple jobs especially is make sure that you are prioritizing your work. So you want to get the most important stuff tackled first. And that is because you will physically run out of hours. So if you decided to do all that like itty bitty little kind of bits and bobs here and there first, you might find yourself at the end of the day having not tackled that really big important thing that you needed to get done. And then you cannot physically fit it into the rest of your day because you don't have time to work late, and you don't have time to just do it now, or you don't have time to do it at home because home is not where you work. Make sure that you're actually setting up to-do lists and priorities of things you have to get to. If this is something you need to discuss with your boss, then set a coffee for the first thing you do in the morning. What do I need to get done today? Number 5. Really think about how to be efficient with your time in terms of space. You want to build complementary activities into your schedule. Today, I was in a space that I like to film in because it's pretty. So when I found a blank space in my schedule, which I couldn't fill with something during my other time, I filled it with filming. There's also other little things that you can do. I need to fit in circus training and fitness training into my schedule of things because that's important for my job as a circus performer. I found that days that I work in the city when I work on my producing job, I am close to a dance studio. So when I have days here, I schedule in dance classes afterwards. I schedule in Pilates classes because they're close by. It's in a place where I usually wouldn't go, but if I'm already here, it's something I can easily fit in. It's almost zero hassle at all. Think about where you are and how you can use the space, the physical space that you were in that day efficiently. Lucky last, number 6. This one is the most important thing I can possibly think of. Say no. Get comfortable saying no. Be honest with yourself about the amount of time that you have, the amount of dedication you can put into something, and say no. Someone asks you to stay late. No, sorry, I can't actually do that. I have another job that I have to get to. Can you check these couple of emails on the weekend? Sorry, no, this is my home time. I'll check them when I'm in the office on Monday. Oh, can I also get you to take care of this additional program thing? Actually, I don't think I can fit that in with the amount of stuff already on my workload. People will not be angry with you for this. People, in fact, will be really happy with you about this because you're open and honest about what you can deliver. You're not going to end up delivering something crappy, or even worse, you're not going to end up not delivering. Much worse. They would much rather that you say, hey, look, I don't think I can do this, see if somebody else can. Be honest with your boss and with yourself about what you can actually accomplish and what you can accomplish well. Being overloaded with busy is not productive time. What is more productive is kind of having the space to think about what you're delivering, to think about the work that you're putting forward, to make sure it is the best work you can deliver. So if there is only one thing I can leave you with today, which is the most important takeaway from this entire video, it is do less, but better. If you happen to have multiple jobs, within those jobs, do less, but better. If you have a really tight schedule, figure out how to use that time better. Efficiency is really important. You'll end up with more time in your day. You'll end up feeling like you've actually delivered something great. As always, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. Bye! Sidebar, I just realized I was wearing this shirt. That's pretty funny. Say no.